for cuddles. I can't cuddle you. Come here. Hi, welcome to Yoga with Ella, featuring Ollie. In today's class, we'll be working on some of our foundation strength, including forward folds and some balancing postures to finish off. I hope you enjoy. Hi, welcome to Yoga with Ella. We're going to start today's class in a comfortable seated position. So you can cross the legs, bringing your hands to your knees, gently close down your eyes, and just take a moment to connect in with your breath. Taking a deep inhale, fill the belly, and exhale, slowly release. Let it all out. Again, taking a deep inhale, fill the belly, and exhale, release. Take a moment to connect in with your body. How are you feeling today? Are you feeling strong? Maybe you're feeling some soreness or tightness. Whatever that may be, honor your body. It's about you and your practice. Let's get started. On your next inhale, raise your arms high to the sky and look up towards your thumbs. We're going to start by bringing our left hand down to the mat and lean over to that left side, reaching up and out of the side body with your right arm. Feeling that lovely stretch all along that right side of our body. One more breath here. And inhale, slowly rise back up, bringing the arms to the sky. Exhale, place the right hand down. We're going to start to lean over to the right, stay lifted through that side body, keep stretching. Look up to your fingers. And inhale, slowly come back up to center. Place the left hand down. We'll repeat this on both sides. So leaning over to the left, bring that right arm up and over, keeping the arm parallel to the ear as we look up, stretching from that right hip right up towards those right fingertips. One more breath. And slowly inhale, come back up. Place the right hand down one last time on this right side. Start to lean over, look up towards your fingertips. Actively reaching out with this arm. Feel that lovely stretch all along the left side body. Last breath here. And inhale, come back up. Exhale, release the hands down beside you. This time we're going to bring our legs out into a V. So starting with our right leg, we'll bend our left knee, bring the sole of that left foot to the inside of the right thigh, and start to turn your torso towards that right leg. On your next inhale, raise your arms high to the sky, and exhale, start to fall forward over that leg. Take a deep inhale, and exhale, allow yourself to sink deeper over that leg. Take a moment just to lift the chest, looking towards your toes. We're constantly trying to lift and pull ourselves down from our waist, from the hip crease, rather than rounding the spine. We want to keep the chest lifted, folding our body in half. One more breath here. And slowly roll back up to a seated position. We'll swap our legs over, bring that left leg out in front of you, sole of the right foot to the inside of that left thigh, turn your torso towards your left leg. Inhale, raise the arms high to the sky, look up, reach up and out of your mid-body, and exhale, start to fold forward over that left leg. Again, keep the chest lifted, look towards your toes. Use your elbows to drop down and pull you forward, bringing torso to thigh. Once we start to apply this to all of our forward folds, we'll find progress, we'll find ourselves deepening into all of these bends. Rather than rounding the back, we lift the chest, melting our abdomen to our thigh. Last breath here. And inhale, slowly rising back up to standing. This time, bringing the soles of the feet together. We can keep the heels close to our sit bones or walk them a little bit further away. The legs can be in a diamond shape. We're going to inhale, raise the hands up high, look up towards your thumbs, reach up, reach out, and exhale, start to fold forward over those legs. You can bring the hands to your feet, elbows outside of shins, as we pull our torso down. Again, chest lifted, look forward. Use your breath to help deepen you into the stretch. Inhale, fill the belly. And exhale, slowly release it all out. Allow yourself to melt down, go down deeper. One more breath here. And exhale, release. On your next inhale, slowly rise back up to standing. We're going to cross our legs. We're going to roll around onto all fours. So slowly, placing the hands out in front of you, we're going to start to lift the hips, rolling over the knees, come to all fours. Keeping the hips high, start to walk the hands out in front of you, bringing your chest down towards the mat. You can bring your chin, forehead to meet the mat. Keeping the hips high. Feel that lovely stretch across the abdomen, your side bodies, and your shoulder heads. And with every inhale, fill the belly. And with every exhale, allow the chest to drip down deeper. Come down closer to the mat as the arms slide forward, creating space. One more breath here. And slowly inhale, start to walk the hands back in towards you. We're coming up all fours. Running through a few rounds of cat-cow. On your next inhale, start to drop the belly, arch the spine, look up. On your exhale, we're going to round the spine, tucking chin to chest, pushing the mat away from us. And inhale, slowly arch the spine, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round the spine, push the mat away from you, tucking chin to chest. 2 more just like this. Drop the belly, arch the spine, look up. Do that lovely stretch all along the spine, and exhale, start to round the spine. Push the mat away, tuck chin to chest. Last one here. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, look up. And exhale, round the spine, tuck chin to chest, and push the mat away from you. Inhale, coming back to a neutral spine. We're going to press our fingers into the mat, spreading them wide. Imagine you're trying to grip the mat with your fingertips and your finger mounds. We're going to tuck our toes and engage our core. Suck belly button to spine. On your next inhale, lift your knees an inch off the mat. Core stays engaged. Keep pressing the hands away from the mat, doming the upper back. We're here for 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale for 1. Inhale. Exhale for 2. Start to straighten the legs, bringing hips high to the sky. We're in our first downward facing dog of the class. Start to pedal into those feet, stretching out the hamstrings. Working into one leg and then the other. Let the head hang heavy, shoulders back and away from your ears as you keep pressing the hands away from the mat. Lift the hips high. Come to stillness. Work on straightening out the legs, bringing heels to the mat. Last breath here. On your next inhale, bend your knees, look forward and start to take small steps towards the front of the mat. We'll meet in a forward fold. Grabbing hold of opposite elbows, let the head and neck hang down heavy. Let the torso be heavy, let it sway from side to side or bob up and down, just gentle movements. As you fully release control, start to shift the weight into your toes to allow you to go down deeper. Slowly releasing the elbows, we're going to start to roll up the spine one vertebra at a time, coming up to standing. Roll the shoulders back and down, head and neck comes last. Tadasana. On your next inhale, we're going to sweep our arms high to the sky, look up towards your hands. Exhale, forward fold, fall down over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine, lift the head. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back, followed by the left, plank position. Press the fingers into the mat, keep pushing the mat away, dome the upper back. Exhale, drop knees, chest and chin to the mat, hips stay high. Slide the chest through the hands, come up to baby cobra, shoulders back and down. Engage your back to lift your chest off the mat. Stay for one breath. Maybe even lift your hands off the mat. Exhale, plant the palms back down, come through bent knees, tuck the toes, hips come high, push up, downward facing dog. Stay here for 3 breaths. Let the head be heavy, gazing towards your belly button. Keep pressing the mat away from you. 1 more breath. And inhale, bend the knees, look forward, walk, step or jump to the front of the mat. We'll meet in a halfway lift. Straight spine, lift the head, and exhale, forward fold, fall down over the legs. Inhale, start to rise up to standing, bring the hands high, look up towards your thumbs. And exhale, release the arms down beside you, Tadasana. This time we'll come through one round of Sun Salutation B. So on an inhale, bend your knees, sweep your fingers along the mat, hands come high, hips stay low, tuck the tailbone under, look up towards your thumbs. Chair pose. Exhale, straighten the legs and forward fold, fall down over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine, lift the head. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back, followed by the left. Plank position. This time we'll come through your chaturanga. So keep pressing the mat away, dome the upper back, shift shoulders over wrists, and exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, lift the chest, knees and thighs off the mat. Exhale, roll over toes, hips come high. Downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bring your right knee towards your chest, look forward and plant that right foot between your palms. Turn your back foot 45 degrees and sweep the arms high to the sky, warrior 1. We're going to stay bent into that front knee, stay lifted through the upper body. 1 more breath here. And exhale, we're going to bring the hands down to frame out that front foot, step right foot back, plank position. Start to shift the weight forward, shoulders come over wrists. Exhale, come down halfway. Inhale, lift the chest, knees and thighs off the mat. And exhale, rolling over toes, push hips high, come back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bring your left knee towards your chest, look forward, step that left foot between your palms, turn your back foot 45 degrees. Inhale, start to rise up, hands come high, stay bent into that front knee, squaring the hips, pulling left hip back, right hip forward. And exhale, bring the hands down to frame out that front foot, step back, plank position, push the mat away. Start to shift the weight forward, shoulders over wrists, come down halfway. Inhale, lift the chest, knees and thighs off the mat, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, hips come high, downward facing dog. Stay here for 3 breaths. Come back to the breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale out through the nose. One more breath. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward, walk, step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine, lift the head. Exhale, fold down, fall forward over those legs. On your next inhale, bend your knees, sweep your fingers high to the sky, hips stay low, chair pose. And inhale, stand up, release the arms, Tadasana. Our warm-up is over. We'll come into our first flow of the class. So on an inhale, sweep the arms high to the sky, look up towards your thumbs. Exhale, swan dive forward, fall down over the legs. Bring your hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine, lift the head. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back, followed by the left. Come to plank position. We're going to start to shift the weight forward, shoulders over wrists, come down halfway. Inhale, lift the chest, knees and thighs off the mat. Exhale, rolling over toes, hips come high, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your right knee towards your chest, look forward and step that right foot between your palms. Stay high on the heel of your back leg. On your next inhale, start to peel that right arm high to the sky, look up towards your thumb. Simple twist. Stay low and active in your legs. And start to lean back. Look back. One more breath here. And slowly release that hand back down to the mat. With strong legs, we're going to sweep the arms high, come up, crescent lunge. Stay low and bent into that front knee. Stay lifted, reaching up out of the mid-body. Imagine your body is two opposing forces. Your waist and arms lifting high to the sky, and your legs and hips anchoring you lower. One more breath here. And then slowly bringing our arms around in front of us, we're going to bring left arm underneath right arm, crossing at the elbows, crossing at the wrists. We're in eagle arms. Start to push the elbows away from your face. Stay low and bent into that front knee. Keep rounding through the upper back, pushing elbows away from your face. Just how we were in plank position. One more breath here. And slowly start to straighten that front leg, release the arms, step the back foot in a few inches. We can try and track the feet so our hips have enough room to square to the front of the mat. On your next inhale, sweep the arms high, reach up and out of your waist, and exhale, fold forward over that front leg. Bring your hands to your calf, your ankle, the mat. And again, keep the chest lifted, shoulders back and away from your ears. Look towards your toes. And slowly working towards bringing our abdomen towards our thigh, trying to straighten out that front leg. And then slowly, eventually, bringing forehead to shin. Stay for one more breath. And inhale, bringing the hands towards your hips. Start to rise up slowly. Step the back foot to the front of the mat and heel toe your feet as wide as your hips. We're going to bring our hands together at our heart space and fold forward, come down over the legs. Take your index and middle finger, we're going to pistol grip our big toes. Elbows come out wide as we pull ourselves down over our legs. Chest stays lifted, looking down towards the toes. Pull your shoulders back and down. Let the head and neck be heavy. Start to shift the weight into your toes. And again, pull your elbows out to the side, reaching the hips up towards the sky. Let yourself fall deeper. Last breath here. And inhale, release the toes. We're going to come up to a halfway lift. Keep the hands to the mat or to your shin, straight spine, lift the head. This time we're coming back into a forward fold, but we're going to place the palms of our hands underneath the soles of our feet. So walking the toes right in towards those wrist crease. Start to shift the weight forward into our toes. Let the head and neck fall down heavy. Keep reaching the hips high to the sky. If this is difficult, you can keep a nice bend in the knees. Allow the chest and abdomen to rest on the thighs. And slowly work towards straightening out the legs, lifting the hips high. Two more breaths here. And slowly releasing the hands from underneath your feet. We're going to plant the hands down beside our feet and step our right foot back, followed by our left. Plank position. Keep pushing the mat away, pressing fingers into mat. Shift shoulders over wrists, come down halfway. Inhale, lift the chest, knees and thighs off the mat. Exhale, rolling over toes, hips come high, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bend your left knee towards your chest. Look forward, step that foot between the palms. Stay on the toes of your back foot. This time we'll peel that left arm high towards the sky, finding a simple twist on our left. Stay active in your legs. Keep kicking back with that right heel. Leg is engaged. Look up and lean back. Slowly bringing that hand back down to the mat. We'll stay on the toes of our back foot and with strong legs, sweep the arms high, come up, crescent lunge on our left side. Stay low and anchored through our hips. Stay up and reaching through our arms. 2 breaths. This time, sweep the arms out in front of you. We'll bring right arm underneath left arm. Bend at the elbows and bend at the wrist. If you can't reach your wrist, holding on to opposite shoulders. But again, pressing those shoulder blades away from you as you push your elbows away from your face. Stay low and active in your legs. Keep the core engaged. Last breath here. And inhale, start to straighten that front leg, releasing the arms. We'll step that back foot in. You can train track your feet. Inhale, raise the arms high to the sky. And exhale, forward fold, come down over that front leg. You can bring your hands to your calf, your ankle, or to the mat. Work on squaring out those hips, pulling left hip back, right hip forward. Again, lift the chest, look down towards the toes, bending from our hips. And then slowly working on straightening that front leg, eventually bringing forehead towards our shin. One more breath. On your next inhale, bring your hands to the hips and slowly rise up to standing. Step both feet to the top of the mat. Heel toe your feet as wide as your hips. Bring your hands together at your heart space and fold toward, come down over the legs. Again, we'll take our index and middle finger and pistol grip our big toes. Pull your elbows out wide and let the head and neck be heavy as we forward fold over the legs. Keep lifting the hips high to the sky, pulling yourself deeper. Last breath here. Inhale, release the toes, plant the hands on the mat and lift the spine and head halfway lift. This time we're going to place the palms of the hands underneath the soles of our feet. Again, walk those toes up towards the creases of those wrists and start to shift the weight forward, pressing the toes down into those wrists. You can keep a slight bend in the knees and allow the torso to rest heavy on the thighs. Or start to straighten the legs, bringing the hips high to the sky. Allow the head and neck to fall heavy. Inhale, fill the belly, and exhale, release, letting go of any tension. Using the breath to help you go deeper. One more breath here. And slowly releasing the hands from beneath your feet. Plant the hands beside the feet. Step the left foot back this time, followed by the right. Plank position. Start to shift the shoulders over the wrists, coming forward, bending at the elbows, come down halfway. Inhale, lift the chest, knees and thighs off the mat. Exhale, rolling over the toes, push the hips high, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we're going to start to shift the weight forward, bringing shoulders in line with our wrists. Core is engaged, glutes are squeezed, heels are pressing away from you. We're in plank position. Again, press into the mat, doming the upper back, push the mat away from you. Keep the core engaged. We're here for one more deep breath. And stay for the exhale. Inhale, start to lift the hips high, press back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bring your right knee towards your chest, look forward and step that right leg between your hands. Turn your back foot 45 degrees and inhale. Sweep the arms high, come up, warrior one. Stay bent into that front knee. We're in Virabhadrasana 1 on our right side. Again, keep lifting up and out of your mid-body, keep bending into that right knee, squaring the hips. Pull right hip back, left hip forward. One more breath here. And inhale, turn that back foot 90 degrees and open the hands up to the left side of the mat. We're in warrior 2. Looking over the middle finger of our front hand, stay bent into that front knee. Stay centered. Imagine someone is pulling both arms in opposite directions. Pull the torso back. Keep in one line. We're here for 2 more deep breaths. Stay bending into that front knee. Keep the arms active. And inhale, slowly start to straighten the front leg. You can step the back foot in just an inch or 2. We're going to start to shift the weight forward, bringing our weight over that front leg and then slowly releasing the hand down, either to the inside of our shin, our calf, or onto the mat, raising that left arm high to the sky. We're in triangle pose. Imagine that your body is in between 2 panes of glass. We're trying to stay in one line, hips and shoulders in one line. Looking up towards that top thumb. Tucking our hips in. Stay active in your obliques, trying to keep lifted through your side body. One more breath here. And inhale, slowly come back up. We're going to turn both toes to that left side of the mat. Bring your hands together at your heart space. Turn your back toes 45 degrees to that bottom corner of the mat. Coming into a low skandasana at the back of the mat, start bending into this left knee, trying to keep the heel on the mat and just see where your hips can take you. We can lift the right toes off the mat, try and keep the spine straight, crown of the head lifting high to the sky. Again, you can stay in a high skandasana with a small bend in the knee. Just start to shift the weight over to one side. See where your body can take you. One more breath. Again, stay light and lifted in your upper body. And slowly, with strong legs, we're going to push back up. Turn our front toes and bend into that front knee. Arms come parallel to the floor. We're in warrior two. Stay for one breath. And then slowly cartwheeling the hands down to frame out that front foot. Turn the back toes. Step back, plank position. Start to shift the weight forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, come down halfway. Inhale, lift the chest, knees and thighs off the mat. Upward facing dog. Exhale, rolling over toes. Push the hips high, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bring your left knee towards your chest. Look forward. Press that left foot between the palms. Turn your back foot 45 degrees. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Come up, warrior one on our left side. Keep reaching up through the arms. Let the hips sink lower. Squaring the hips, pulling right hip forward, left hip back. Last breath here. And then slowly turn that back foot 90 degrees and open the arms up to that right side of the mat. Looking over the middle finger of our left hand, let the hips sink low. Again, imagine someone's pulling both arms in opposite directions. Our torso stays centered. We stay lifted and active as we bend into that front knee. Last breath here. And then slowly start to straighten out the front leg. Step that back foot in and shift the weight forward, keeping your hips where they are. Exhale, release the hand down to the inside of the calf, the shin, or place it on the mat. Right arm comes high, look up towards right thumb. Again, imagine your body is in between two panes of glass. You're trying to keep everything in one line, pulling your hips and your shoulders into your center line. Staying active through your mid-body. Stay lifted. Don't dump the weight into this left arm. And try to keep straightening out our front leg. One more breath here. And inhale, slowly come back up to standing. We're going to turn our toes to the front of the mat. Bring our hands together at our heart space. You can point those right toes to the top edge corner of the mat and start to shift the weight into that right knee. We're coming to a low skandasana to the right. So again, you can come down slowly, bending into that right knee. You can stay here. Or if you want to take it lower, keep bending into that right knee. Lift the toes of that left foot. Try and stay lifted through your spine, crown of the head reaching high. Hands together at your heart space. Stay here for 2 more deep breaths. And inhales with strong legs. We're going to press back up. Turn those front toes to the front of the mat, bending into our front leg. We're going to come back, warrior two. Looking over the fingers of that front hand. And slowly cartwheel the hands down to frame out the front foot. Step left foot back, plank position. Start to shift shoulders over wrists. Come down halfway. Inhale, lift the chest, knees and thighs off the mat. And exhale, rolling over toes, press back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your right leg towards the sky. Keep lifting, trying to bring that leg as high as possible. And then slowly bend into right knee. Start trying to lift the knee high to the sky, bringing the heel close to your sit bones. Keep kicking that foot towards your sit bones. And then start to shine your hip open to the right side of the mat. Let your heel be heavy, dripping behind you. Try and keep the weight balanced between your shoulders, not pressing into one more than the other. One more breath here. And then slowly release that foot back down to the mat, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward. Start to take small steps to the top of the mat. Bring the feet behind the wrists. And inhale, slowly rolling up the spine, come up to standing. We're going to come into a balancing pose on our right side so you can stay towards the top of your mat. We're going to keep a slight bend in that right knee and start to lift left knee, crossing it over right. Bring your arms out wide, and this time bring left arm underneath right arm, bend at the elbows and bend at the wrists. We're coming into eagle pose. You can keep your toes out to the side for support and balance, or you can start to tuck your toes behind your right calf. Start to bend the knees, bring the hips lower down to the mat. Sitting back into your chair. Two more breaths wherever you are. Play around, see where your body can go. It's fine to fall out of this pose. Just come back in, give it another go. And then slowly, with control, start to press back up to standing. Unwrap the legs, unwrap the arms. Well done. Give that leg a quick shake, circling out the ankle, and then bringing it back down to the mat. We're going to come into another balancing pose on our right side. So again, bring the hands together at the heart space. This time, start to grip the mat with those right toes. Engage the quads, switch the glutes on, and start to lift that left knee high. We're going to place left ankle over right knee, so not on the knee, just above the knee. And then we're going to start to sit back into our chair again, bending the knees, bringing the hips back. Keep the chest lifted, crown of the head reaching high to the sky. See how low you can go. Challenge yourself. Two more deep breaths wherever you are. And then slowly start to straighten your standing leg. With control, we're going to release that left knee and bring it back down to the floor. Well done. Again, give your leg a little shake. That's it, circle the ankle. We're coming into our last pose on this side. So bring the hands together at your heart space and come up onto your tippy toes. We're going to start to bend our knees and bring the hips low. Look forward, straight spine, crown of the head reaching up as we lower down, hips to heels. Once your hips are resting on your heels, start to open the knees out to the side, bringing the heels together. Keep working those knees open. Stay focused, stay balanced. It's okay to fall out of this pose. And then slowly bringing those knees back to center with strong legs, staying on our tippy toes, start to press up to standing. Crown of the head reaching high, come all the way up and release the heels down to the mat. Step to the top of the mat, big toes together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, raise the arms high to the sky, look up. Exhale, swan dive forward over the legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine, lift the head. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back, followed by the left. Plank position, shift shoulders over wrists, come down halfway. Inhale, lift the chest, upward facing dog. Exhale, rolling over toes, push back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we're going to lift left leg high towards the sky. Keep reaching that leg up. Keep pressing the mat away, shoulders away from your ears. And then slowly bending into left knee. We're going to bring our heel towards our sit bones and then slowly shine that hip open to the left side of the mat. Try and keep the weight evenly distributed between your shoulders, pressing out of both hands. Keep that knee high towards the sky. One more breath here. And then slowly release the foot back down to the mat. Well done. We're going to bend the knees, look forward, and start to take small steps towards the front of the mat. Feet coming behind the wrists. And inhale, slowly rolling up the spine, come up to standing. We're going to come into our eagle pose on our left side. So again, keep a soft bend in the left knee as you lift right knee high, crossing the knees. You can tuck toes behind your calf or keep them out here for balance. Bring your arms out to the side, and this time right arm underneath left, crossing at the elbows, crossing at the wrists. Push the elbows away from your face. We're going to start to bend into our knees, bringing the hips low. Keep focused on one point, something not moving, to help you find your balance. Two more breaths wherever you are. And slowly, with control, we're going to start to straighten that standing leg. Release the knees, release the arms. Well done. Start to shake out that left leg, circling the ankle, bringing a bit of blood flow back into the foot. Well done. Second standing posture on our left side. We're going to start to grip the mat with those left toes, engage the quads, switch the glutes on. Lift right knee towards the sky and cross right ankle above left knee. Bring the hands together at your heart space. Straight spine, crown of the head reaching high. Start to sit back into your chair pose, bending that left knee deeply. Try and stay lifted and sit lower. One more breath here. And inhale, start to rise up to standing with control. Release that right foot back down to the floor. Well done. Give that ankle a little shake out. Bring the hands together at your heart space and come up onto your tippy toes. We're going to start to bend our knees and bring the hips low. Look forward. Straight spine, crown of the head reaching up as we lower down, hips to heels. And then slowly start to open the knees wide, bringing the heels together. Stay on top of your tippy toes. Keep the core engaged. Two more breaths here. And inhale, bring the knees back together with strong legs. We're going to press up to standing. Crown of the head reaching high, come all the way up and release the heels down to the mat. Well done. Step to the top of the mat, big toes together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, raise the arms high to the sky, look up towards your thumbs. Exhale, swan dive down over the legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine, lift the head. Exhale, plant the palm, step the left foot back, followed by the right plank position. We'll come through your chaturanga, shoulders over wrists, coming down halfway. Inhale, lift the chest, knees and thighs off the mat. Exhale, roll back over your toes, downward facing dog. Well done. On your next inhale, bring your right knee towards your chest. And this time, bring right knee behind right wrist, right ankle behind left wrist. Start to straighten that back leg. We're in pigeon pose. Coming onto the fingertips of your hands, reach the crown of the head high towards the sky, straight spine. And then slowly coming down onto your elbows. You can stay here, or you can start to walk the hands out in front of you, letting torso and chest fall down over that front leg, bringing your forehead to the mat. We'll stay here for 3 deep inhales. Slowly start to walk the hands back in towards you. Coming high onto those fingertips. Straight spine, lift the crown of the head. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee and start to press the mat away from you, doming the upper back. Lifting right knee, pressing back, downward facing dog. This time lift the left knee towards your chest, look forward and bring that left knee to the outside behind our left wrist. Left ankle behind right wrist. start to straighten the right leg. We're in pigeon pose on our left side. Again, come to the fingertips of your hands, straighten the spine, crown of the head reaching high. And exhale, coming down onto elbows, leaning over that front leg. You can stay here or you can start to walk your arms out in front of you. Let the head be heavy as we stay here. Last breath here. And inhale, slowly start to walk those hands back in towards you. Start to shift the weight into that left hip and swing those right legs out in front of you. We're going to find a deep bend in our knees. Keep the toes pointing towards your face. Inhale, raise the arms high to the sky. And exhale, fold forward over your legs, grabbing hold of your ankles or your feet. Keep the chest lifted, look towards your feet. We want to keep our torso lying on our thighs. So start to slowly shift the hips back. Keep leaning forward, keep going down, lying our chest down flat onto our legs. Take your time as we start to inch the legs out in front of us, bringing the hips back. Again, focus on pulling those shoulders back and away from our ears. It's fine to keep a deep stretch in the knees. We want to keep our torsos flat against our thighs as we work towards straightening those legs. Eventually, one day, coming to straight legs, folding completely flat over the legs. One more breath here. And slowly releasing hold of your ankles, we're going to roll up the spine one vertebra at a time. This time we're going to bend our knees, bring the soles of our feet to the floor, reaching our arms out in front. We're going to slowly lower down onto our backs, keep the core engaged, bringing the spine flat onto the mat. Release the arms down, keep your right knee bent, sole of the foot on the ground. Start to shift your hips over to the right, creating space. And then bring that right leg across the body over to the left side of the mat. Tee your arms out wide and look over right shoulder in a supine twist. Try to work on keeping that right shoulder head on the mat. It doesn't matter if the left knee doesn't reach the ground. Last breath here. On your next inhale, start to bring that right knee back round to center, bringing hips back to the middle of your mat. Straighten out the right leg, bending into the knee. Shift your hips over to the left. We're going to bring that left knee across the body over to the right. Look over that left shoulder. Let the knee be heavy and keep pinning that left shoulder head back towards the mat, finding that lovely twist all across our back. Inhale, slowly bringing that knee back to center. Shift the hips back to the middle of the mat. This time, bringing both knees towards our chest, soles of the feet reaching high to the sky. Bring your middle and index finger and pistol grip your big toes. We're in happy baby pose. Bringing all four corners of the back down onto the mat, your hips and your shoulders pulling back as you bend deeply into those knees. You can find a slight rock and roll from side to side, massaging out the lower back. We're here for 3 more deep breaths. Just do what feels good for you. And then slowly releasing hold of the toes. We're going to bring our knees together and bring the arms around the legs. Give yourself a big squeeze, bringing forehead towards your knees. Releasing it all down towards the mat. Let the legs fall out heavy. Let the hands and arms rest out to the side, taking up space on your mat. Allow your body to relax completely, melting down onto your mat. Allow your head and neck to be heavy as you close down your eyes, releasing any tension you're holding in the body. We'll end today's practice in Shavasana. Slowly start to bring small movements back into the body, circling the wrists, the ankles, wriggling the toes. Reaching both arms up overhead, grabbing a hold of your hands and finding a full body stretch. Rolling over onto one side, keeping the eyes closed down as we gently push ourselves up to a comfortable seated position. Let the hands rest on the thighs as we deeply inhale to the belly and exhale, release it all out. Bring your hands together at your heart space, bow your head towards your fingers, and give yourself a moment of gratitude for showing up today, for working on your practice, for doing something good for you. Namaste. Thank you for joining today's class. I hope you enjoyed, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Hi, Ollie. Cheers. Good boy.